Hi everyone, welcome. So, nothing like a handstand to, up the excitement, maybe the fear and anxiety for so many of us. And also, nothing like a headstand to uplift the mood and feel empowering. So, let's break down handstand into small bites today and see how we do. First off, we're going to stand in Tadasana. So, we're going to bring the feet all the way together. We're going to align our hips to our ankles. We're going to lift the kneecaps so our legs are straight. We're going to press down through the heels. Sides of the torso up towards the armpits and the arms extending down. From there, we're going to take the arms in front and then lift up to Urdhva Hastasana with the palms facing forward. So we get to learn to lift the side body up and press into the heel and create as much alignment of the shoulders over the hips, hips over the ankles as possible. And elongate the whole body. And then we're bringing the arms forward and all the way down. Next, we're going to turn and face the wall. So you're going to be exactly an arm's length away from the wall. You're going to place your hands in line with your shoulders, and then you're going to again look for the alignment of your wrist to your elbow to your shoulders. You want to keep your arms straight. Press into the wall. Press right here between your thumb and index finger into the wall, and then see how much you can get all fingers and knuckles pressing into the wall at the same time. As you press the wall, lift your body upwards. In other words, don't slump. Pressing into the wall, lift the chest. Draw your triceps towards each other. Okay, so the triceps can activate and hold on to the arm bones. Okay, and you can lean in and you can feel, even though it doesn't look like it, it's already activating the arms. And then we're going to do downward facing dog. Okay, requirement for a good handstand is a good downward dog. So let's set that up. So on to all fours and place your hands directly under your shoulders. And then press again into that same area between your thumb and index finger. Make sure your index finger is pointing directly forward towards the wall. And then from there, lift your knees, lift your hips, look and see that your feet are hip width apart, that your toes are pointing forward, and you're pressing the thighs back. So here you really want to work on straightening your legs, because the legs can work to move some of that pressure out of the wrists. So we're going to come back and do that again. So the one complaint that I often hear from folks when they do downward dog, when they do handstand, they talk about the wrists aggravating, getting painful, and the shoulders. So we have to learn to use the legs to pull the weight up into the thighs, into the hips. So once more, with that alignment of the wrist, elbow, and shoulder, starting there, turning the toes under, we're going to lift up. Push the thighs back and literally feel that your arm bone is lifting up towards your shoulder socket. Push the thighs back, hips up, and then relax your head. Take a few breaths here. This also helps to prepare the head for handstand, so you don't feel like all that blood is rushing into your head and you don't feel as much pressure. Thighs back and then coming all the way down. So I recommend practicing dog pose a lot and trying to hold it for a good amount of time, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, because it builds the strength and it builds the structure so that we can learn to kick up. Next, we're going to come again upright, standing in Tadasana with the feet about hip width apart. And then from there, we're going to bend at the hips and come into Uttanasana. Okay? From there, we're going to have the hands again about shoulder width apart and pushing the thighs back. Look forward so your upper back comes down. Then I want you to lean a little bit back so the weight is into your feet, into your heels, and then come up forward so you feel the weight into your hands. And then go back. And once more, you can lift the heels, bring the weight into your hands so you can get a feel of what it's like to bring your shoulders over your wrists, because that's the transferring of the weight from the legs into the hands. And as you do that, keep lifting up the back of the arm up so that you keep your wrists relatively free. After you've done this a few times, you're going to come back to all fours, and we're going to practice kicking up the wall. So we're going to measure. You want to be about a hand's length away from the wall. So the way I measure it, I literally put one hand against the wall and then mark it with my other hand. So now I'm about that distance off the wall. I want to spread the fingers, point my index finger forward, and connect the knuckles, the fingers, into the earth. And then I'll come into downward facing dog. Now, nobody says that you have to land a handstand the first, the second, the 10th time that you attempt it. But it's all about practice and not giving up. So as you can see, I'm bringing the weight into my hands and leaning back. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to take a step in, and one leg is going up and one leg is staying bent and pushing into the floor to help me to go up. The leg that's going up, we're going to try to keep it long and straight and really throw it up towards the wall. So let's give it a go. We walk in, we lift up. We try again. We walk in, we lift up. We try again. We walk in, maybe we hit the wall. We come back. And like that, we just keep kicking. We just keep practicing. And one of those times, you'll make it. And then once you do, I want you to press your hands into the floor, lift the arms up, try to crawl your heels up the wall, and relax your head. Take a breath. And then to come down, one leg comes down, the other comes down, and we're going to go into Uttanasana, hold our elbows, and relax the side body down. And then coming all the way back up. So that's just one quick way to practice handstand. Remember, it's not like some yoga influencers that will make you think that it's like the most important pose in the book. It's not, but it's a good pose to learn. It's really uplifting, as I said before, and this is just one way to practice it. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.